In today's society, often referred to as a fun society for a good reason, death does not have a real quality anymore. The philosophy of life is geared towards happiness and joy, success and consumption. Death is blacked out, and that I find inhumane. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart had many children, only 2 of whom survived. At that time, death was a constant companion. It stood in front of every door, and people lived with it on a very conscious level. One can and probably should view death as something positive, because it is an inevitable component of our life that doesn't warrant fear. Mozart writes to his father, "Death is man's best friend," a deep and profound statement. When I thought about Mozart's death, all the traditional requiems of his time came to my mind. I wondered what happened the day after Mozart's death. The Gregorian chorals, the peal of the bells at the St. Stephen's Dome, the funeral service, all of that happened. Even though there are no written records of this day concerning Mozart, the common practice of those days in Vienna permits certain assumptions. Gregorian customs, words, music, this area of conflict inspired me to think about Mozart and his relationship with the death. Mozart was a deeply religious person and incorporated death into his life. "Death is man's best friend" is a key sentence of his thinking. And this grasp on death, the intimate relationship, can be felt in his Requiem. To me, Judaism and Christianity are like brothers. Christianity would be unthinkable without Judaism. These two are the religions that are most closely related. The current revival of understanding between the religions is wonderful and lets us look towards the future with more optimism. But I also incorporated the poems of Nelly Sachs into the concept to call to mind the insanity of the 20th century. In Mozart's time, death had a completely different meaning. Death as a companion became a ghost, a curse on humanity, brought about by humanity itself. One must not view this composition of art as a historical concept. Rather, the intention is to merge notional, emotional, and aesthetically interwoven pieces into a new experience of art. I lost my mother when I was only 7. I didn't really know her, but I do remember the funeral. This experience may be at the root of my thinking about death. When later on I first heard Mozart's Requiem, I sensed that what Mozart must have felt when he created this music. Mysterious and divine moments are both present in this Requiem. One also has to take into account the adventurous circumstances of its creation. Mozart created hundreds of works, chamber music, operas, symphonies, and he died during his first assignment for a Requiem and was not able to finish it himself. To me, God is number one. Music and literature are based on that. This is the value system I live by, and I believe that in this context my thinking is very similar to Mozart's. I'm very glad that, particularly in our time, the quest for values outside of commerce and consumption is gaining importance. The focus on profits makes people so greedy that they lose their connection with religion, art, and nature. Religion, music, and poetry are 3 important things in my life, and I do believe in life after death. It would be disastrous for me if there was nothing after death. The responsibility for your own thinking and actions, even beyond death, in my view, is a fundamental element when wondering about the purpose of life. I believe in God and I talk about it openly.